in person. Like, just stop texting each other from the other side of the table. Like, they've lost the ability to actually communicate. So let's just not. I won't even go there. But
I did see a lot of kids at this event, actually, surprisingly. I mean, families.
Family friendly.
Yeah, but young kids. And to your point, they weren't on their phones. They were paying attention. I mean, you kind of have to pay attention to some degree, but it's interesting enough you want to pay attention. And, you often have earplugs in. These kids were paying attention and they're being kids, but they weren't on their phones. And I thought that was really different because I go to CrossFit events and I see kids on their phones.
Which always depend on the level of interest of the family.
To be fair, I'm often on my phone at CrossFit events. I'm not judging. I'm just, but there was like kind of a different level of parenting going on.
For sure. I mean, we definitely have competitors that are in their teens. Their parents are with them and engage with them the entire time. We ask anybody that is not legally able to own a firearm, like a 15-year-old that might come out. Their parent is with them 100% of the time. And they're some of the most respectful and safe competitors that we have. They come out there, they have an emphasis on it. They love it. They enjoy it. There was we had a competitor who has a son who just turned 18, I believe. One of our matches last year, he went around and he picked up brass for the entire match. Just shell casings that had been expelled. He picked them all up, every one of them that he could find. He used that money after collecting it for 2 days straight. I want to say he collected it was 2,000 pounds worth of brass he collected up. He went and he sold it. There is a resale market for used brass. He sold it and he then used that to apply to come back and compete in a competition of ours.
Oh my God, how cute.
It was awesome. Like that kind of stuff is like when you have, and I'm not judging parents. When you have good parents, you generally raise good children, right? People that are engaged and active in their child's life. And that's what we see a lot of times is just the kids that are out there are super respectful. I mean, yeah, do they run and climb up hills and throw rocks and do kid stuff? Yeah, for sure. And when they're not doing that, they're sitting there, they're engaged in what's going on. We also have this trick where there's no cell service anywhere that we go. So it kind of doesn't exist.
Can confirm.
That's amazing.
I know all weekend I was like, I'm going to give these guys shout outs. It's like no service. I'm like, all right, you guys are on your own.
Nick, what's season look like? Like you're talking about multiple events. Like how does it work?
So last year and in 2024, we have 11, we call them regional events, just because they're all over the country. 11 of our regionals were in 10 different states last year. So we did have 2 in South Carolina. But outside of that, we travel all over the country. Those regional events, if you compete in the elite division, the masters divisions, you qualify for the national championship. So our national championship is coming up next weekend, just outside Austin in Texas, where we're at right now. And it's a 3-day event, and that's where we crown our national champion. So you work all year, you compete in various events to try to gain the spot to the national championship. And then once you've gained it, you get to come here and compete in a 3-day version of our competition.
And how do you qualify for one of those higher levels? Like the elite or master's level?
For masters, we have a 40+ for men's and women, and then a 50+ for just men's. We don't have enough 50+ female competitors to really have a solid field there. And then for the elite division, you show up and you compete.
Got it. You don't have to and if you win, if you do well enough at a regional in that competition, you can move ahead to the finals.
Yeah. So
got it.
The top 5 competitors in a regional event qualify for the national championship.
Got it. So there's no qualification. I could just show up and be like, I'm going to compete with elites today. And you'd be like, excellent. You will be last in the field, ma'am.
That's fine. But somebody's got to be last, right?
It's true. It's true. I could be that person.
Yeah, you could be that person. Nick, I'm 53, so if I competed, I routinely use the women's RX. So maybe I could fill in that women's bracket, and you guys could launch it. Correct?
There you go.
Right. That's
You'll be
right.
our first women's 50+ competitor. Yeah, I'm here for it. Just come out and do it.
World champ.
Breaking down barriers, John, left and right.
Yeah, one thing that was very interesting to me, I wanted to ask you about, and Nikki, this was really cool. So we always talk about unknown and unknowable in CrossFit, right? The competitors would get their workouts the night before or the day before and have them reviewed. And then we'd be driving over to the event, and the events are changing en route due to whatever factor. So that was kind of my question, is like, I thought it was really interesting. You guys are willing to actually change the workouts the day of the workout, which was kind of cool, particularly if you're happen to do the workout itself. And then what are the factors that drive that? Are you trying to keep it random, or are you just going, okay, it's going to rain today, now I have to change whatever?
Both. So we teased a bunch of events for our national championships, and they'll find out as soon as this podcast comes out that what we teased is the baseline that we're going to build them around, but the rep schemes and the volume, the shooting distances, all those things are going to be changed. It's to keep people on their toes. It's also to ensure that we have a safe, competitive environment. So when we were out there this time, it just so happened that it rained for like 5 days leading up to that match. Were you there on